Just a few more things. Lettuce. I grow lettuce every year, and this is red romaine. It is a little bit more heat tolerant than other lettuce varieties, and this is the prime time of year to grow them. I keep harvesting the leaves, the outer leaves, and eating them. I actually don't let this go to a head. I found that with romaine, particularly, at least for me, when it starts to form a head, like it's trying to do over here, it actually starts to get a little bitter. And I think that's because it's entering that final stage of its life cycle, which is producing those flowers. That's why it's forming that head. And it's not as tasty at that time. So I like to break off the leaves and I eat them as cut and come again lettuce. Oh, and if you've got these kind of translucent tubs hanging around your house, they make wonderful greenhouses. So over here, this is scabiosa. Look how beautiful that is. And this here is a pepper plant. All I did was cover it up, and as you can see, it's coming out of dormancy. So yeah, these kinds of tubs are really, really useful as greenhouses in your garden. Now I do take these off once the weather starts to get warmer because it will overheat inside. I don't make holes or anything on it because there's enough air ventilation. It's not a tight fit to the soil, but these work super well. So if you've got these lying around, yeah, use them in your garden. Another little raised bed. Now we put this cage around it. My son made this for me. This is to keep the rats out. I had a huge problem with rats last year, so put this on, and it actually did quite a bit to protect this bed. And as you can see, a ton of beautiful stuff growing in here. This is a Charleston Wakefield cabbage, I believe. More romaine that is starting to bolt. So got to take that down. I believe this is a red acre cabbage. Yes, it is. One more over there. And I've got peas growing here as well. So these were all planted in the fall, late fall, early winter of last year. And hiding under here, I've got a Lesha pepper, which again the rats ate last year, so I wanted to save it and try and grow it again this year. So it looks like it's still looking green, so I'm hoping it'll come back. This is my pomegranate tree, and it is starting to show signs of life. Yeah, this thing completely drops all its leaves during winter, and then it just comes back, and it comes back like double the size of the previous year. So this thing is growing actually really well in that whiskey barrel. I've also got a fig tree over here. I featured this one in many videos. It's about 3 years old now, and yeah, it's coming to life as well. Got strawberries, and these were just ravaged by aphids this year, so I'm really hoping that they will bounce back and do well, because this is an Albion strawberry. So sweet, so delicious. One of my favorite strawberries, and I highly recommend that you grow it. And this is my apricot tree. Look at that. Starting to produce blossoms. No leaves, but blossoms. How lovely. I showed you this new long raised bed in my last video about my greenhouse, my Costco greenhouse. And yeah, it took a lot to fill this up. A lot of soil. I actually put a lot of fall leaves at the bottom, so only the maybe top 8 inches or so is soil. I'll be putting another couple of bags of soil on top of this before I grow it, but I'm excited to grow all kinds of goodies in this 8-foot by 4-foot new planter. And swinging over here, these are my Egyptian walking onions. I've got these all over my garden. I bought about 20 bulbs maybe a couple of years ago, and these just go crazy and they propagate for you. No, they are not invasive, and yes, they are one of the most interesting plants I've ever grown. Highly, highly, highly recommend that you try and get your hands on some Egyptian walking onion bulbs, and you'll be set for life with green onions. Very, very delicious. They actually produce bulbs as well. They're a little bit stronger, the taste, and the bulbs are not that large. But yeah, they come back faithfully year after year, and they start to look beautiful at this time of year. And look here, a lovely pot of dill. Again, a cool weather plant that grows very, very briefly in my short, cool growing season, and I just love it. The scent when I do this, oh gosh, so great. So back in the greenhouse, folks, I have so much to do, so many seeds to get started, lots of transplants that are waiting in the wings to get into my garden as soon as the weather starts to warm up a little bit. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you join me on my gardening journey this year. Subscribe to my channel, and until next time, live green and love your greens.